This is a question from Alex. What if the Earth's core cooled down? At the center of our planet, more than 6,000 kilometers beneath our feet, lies a core hotter than the surface of the sun. It drives the movement of tectonic plates, powers volcanoes, and creates the magnetic field that shields us from cosmic radiation. Now imagine that all of this heat suddenly disappeared. The core cools, solidifies, and the molten iron stops flowing. The first noticeable effect? The Earth's magnetic field would weaken and eventually vanish. Without the magnetic field, solar winds would directly hit the atmosphere. High-energy particles from the sun would strip away the protective layers of the air. Over time, oxygen and other gases would be lost to space, making Earth less hospitable or even deadly. Next, tectonic activity would grind to a halt. Earthquakes and volcanoes might initially continue for a while, but eventually the plates would stop moving. Mountains wouldn't rise, and continental drift would cease. The recycling of carbon and other elements from the Earth's mantle to the surface would stop, disrupting ecosystems. Volcanoes, which play a crucial role in regulating climate and creating fertile soil, would go extinct. No new volcanic islands, no replenishment of minerals and soils, no hot springs. The planet would slowly become geologically dead, a cold, static world. Without tectonic activity, the atmosphere would also be affected. Volcanic eruptions release gases like carbon dioxide, which help maintain the greenhouse effect. A lack of CO2 would lead to gradual cooling of the planet. Ice caps would expand, oceans could shrink, and the climate would become harsher. Life itself would struggle to adapt. Species that depend on geothermal energy, like those near hydrothermal vents, would die. Food chains would collapse, and ecosystems would destabilize. Humans might face a drop in agricultural productivity due to colder climates and mineral-poor soils. Over thousands or millions of years, the planet would become quieter, slower, and darker. Earthquakes would no longer rumble, volcanoes would no longer erupt, and the northern and southern lights would vanish without a magnetic field. Our skies might look normal at first, but the radiation from space would increase, affecting all life forms. On a longer time scale, without a magnetic shield and active tectonics, Earth could start to resemble a dead planet like Mars. The atmosphere would thin, the surface would cool further, and life would be confined to the most protected environments. Oceans could freeze at the poles, rivers might slow, and extreme weather could dominate the remaining habitable zones. Humans would need to rely on technology to survive. Domes, radiation shields, geothermal energy, and controlled agriculture. We would become a civilization completely dependent on artificial systems to maintain warmth, air, and food. In short, a cooled Earth core would transform the planet from a dynamic, living world into a cold, static, and fragile one. The beating heart of our planet is what keeps life vibrant and protected. Without it, Earth would slowly become a relic of its former self, and survival would depend entirely on human ingenuity. Life would endure, but it would never be the same. Our planet would be quieter, colder, and far more dangerous, reminding us just how much the fiery core beneath our feet sustains every breath we take.